All right.
I
Oh,
saw
it's a
Avery.
girl, it's a girl, 100 bucks.
So
How do you know?
here you go. We're going to start out by talking a little bit about place value, because in order to understand decimals, you need to know place value.
Yes, Adonis.
Decimals. We need to know about place value. So, we have the number 21. We say that the 1 is in the ones place. And we say that the 2 is in the tens place, which means that this 2 is actually worth 20. 2 tens. 2 tens.
20.
You have 2 tens, so you have 20. Absolutely.
Avery.
Okay? 2 tens makes 20. Yes, Adonis.
Is 1/4 is equal to 0.25, and that's 25%?
It is. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What if I put that in front? What can we say about that place now? Caitlin. It's a hundredths place. Which means you have 4 hundredths or 400. Right? Each one in this place is worth 100. So here you have 4 hundredths, just like you had 20 there. Okay? So we should be pretty comfortable. Yes, Adonis?
So, like, 5 fifths
There's one hole. Yep.
is 1 whole.
Yep.
So is that 100%?
Nope. Sure. Yep. Yep. So, yeah. For example, if you had 5 questions on a test and you got all 5 right, you got 100%.
But it would be written as 1. I think you're asking
Yeah, like
1 point.
0.1.
No, 1.0. That would be 5 over 5.
Like this?
0.1.
Yes.
No, it's not 0.1.
Like this?
It's 1.
You just did
And as a decimal, though, no, you could also write it as 1.0.
You could.
That's the same thing. It means the same thing, whether
But-
or not.
But here's the thing. That 0 is kind of like a comb for Mr. Adamson. It means nothing. It has no value.
Useless.
It's useless, exactly. So, and remember in 5th grade, we like saying in simplest form. And this would be simplest.
Yeah, do you think having a 0.0, that's kind of like just going without being said? Like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I didn't need to tell anybody what I was going to do there,
Right.
did I? It goes without being said.
So, here we go. So as 5th graders, we should be pretty A-okay with numbers going this way, getting larger. Thousands, 10,000, 100,000s, millions, and then there's this little pattern. Today, in decimals, we're going to talk about the other side. It's kind of like the dark side of numbers. For example, if you have a coin, I have a quarter. It has a heads and it has a tails. We have talked about heads ever since going back probably to 4-year-old kindergarten, if you think about it. You've been working with whole numbers your whole school career. Today, we're going to flip the coin and we're going to look at the other side of that decimal point.
And guys, what are we doing here for from this decimal point on? Are we getting smaller or bigger?
bigger.
We're getting bigger, right? And now, here's just a little hint. Now from this decimal point,
1, 2, 4.
what are we going to do here now? So say we add another, like that 3. What place value would that be in then? Adriana?
100.
Oh,
The 1.
ooh.
I like what you
I'm
said
glad you
because
said the ones.
honestly, it makes the most sense, and I don't know personally why it would be the once.
The 1.
Here's my answer why. It's not the ones. Instead, this place is called the tenths. So if we think about it, we're going to take this one whole, and we're going to break it up into 10 equal parts. Kind of like a fraction. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take one whole, and we're going to break it up into 10 equal parts. So each one is worth one of these. So if we have 3 of these tenths, we have
3 colored in?
3 tenths. Exactly.
Yeah.
In the land of fractions, we can go, oh, Mr. Adamson, there's 3 parts shaded, there's 10 parts in all.
And we just did fractions, so that should go without being said.
That equals that. Okay, it's the exact same part. So I understand why we'd want to say once, but if we think about it a little bit more, tenths. We're breaking that whole and we're breaking it up into 10 equal parts. So if you have 5 of those equal parts, that means you have 5 of the 10, or 5 tenths. Or in this case, 3 tenths.
And that's where, too, I almost feel like, okay, if you see this decimal point, we're starting over, and if you need to, think about the decimal point even as the ones. Okay, the decimal point, that's the ones place, but it's really not. But then we're starting going in the back the other way. Because look at, all we're really changing here is, both of them seem the same, right? We're like almost flip-flopping it. This is good. It seems like it's getting bigger, but really we're getting smaller here. We're getting smaller. So the tenth. So if we had another one right here, what would that 4 be? Look at, this was the tenths, that's 10. What is this going to be then?
Hundreds.
Chase.
Hundreds.
Not hundreds, because hundreds is already taken.
Hundredths.
Hundredths is the correct one.
You didn't say that is the.
It's okay.
Inexpensive.
We're
Yeah,
a team.
Yeah, see, well, we one person gets it, we all get it. So you need that. It looks identical, but it's got to have that hundredths. It's almost got that th sound on it. And it's a whole lot different. Okay, so if we have a number, this place value, that could also just be written as 0.04. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that means nothing else would be there if we just wrote it by itself.
Would we want to write it like this? What's the difference?
Yeah. Ooh, I like
Mr.
that.
Addison, you said that, and Mr. Letcher, you said that 0 didn't matter in an idea like this. So why does that 0 all of a sudden matter now? Yes, Adriana.
Because 4 and 4 is the same, and the 0 doesn't really matter.
So are these the same?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about that. Would anyone like to, if we have a little debate?
Yeah.
Adriana's taking the stand for these are the same.
Which I like that you think they're the same, so take a stand. I like how you're willing to take a stand.
Who's willing to debate for the other side? That they're not equal, that they're different. Anybody?
Well, then I'll debate for the other side. Oh, Michaela. Yes, Michaela wants to debate the other side. I like this. So, let's talk about this. Adriana, what is your reasons to say these are the same?
Because the 0 doesn't really matter.
Okay, you say the 0 doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, Michaela, why do you think that they're not the same?
Because that one has a 0 and has 0 tenths, and that one has 4 tenths.
Ooh. So she's looking at the place values. This has 4 tenths.
Good job.
This one has 0 tenths.
And to me, that looks way different than if we put in fractions there.
This one has 4 hundredths. This one has, does it have any hundredths?
So if there's nothing there, you can automatically just assume nothing. Just like when we do 52 minus 1, we can do this, but then if 5 minus nothing would automatically be 5.
Yeah.
Okay, because we can automatically assume there's going to be a 0 right there. That's the same thing with a decimal. If there's nothing behind that number, you can automatically assume there's just an endless trail of zeros.
Here we go. Here's a great example of that. In whole numbers, zeros in front don't change the value. Oh my goodness, that's such a big number! No, it's not, it's 2.
Hey, that's my number in class.
Okay, it's 2. Now, so what we're saying is whole numbers, or zeros in front of whole numbers, don't change the value. Oh, actually, I should have left that up there, sorry. Oh my goodness, here comes my huge number again. It's 2. Zeros after, in a decimal, don't change the value. Guess what? This is 2, what? 2 tenths. This is 2 tenths. We're going to wait, because this is kind of a secret club. Oh, no, I'm kind of being for real. Yep. So, two tenths. What is that now?
2 tenths. 20.
20,
2 tenths.
20,
20 tenths. 20
hundredths, thank you. This is, no, we didn't get there yet.
Ones.
What comes after hundreds?
Thousands.
Thousands, which means if we're going to decimals, it's going to be thousandths. Okay? So this would be, how many? 200 thousandths. Now, here's my question. Think back to equivalent fractions. Are these all equal?
No.
Is that equal to that, equal to that?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's all 2.
Well, it's all 2. That's
If you guys want, do the actual, take away the zeros. You guys all have learned how you can take away the zeros. And 2 over 10. Take away the zeros here. 2 over 10. 2 over 10.
2, 4,
check it out. 2 tenths times 10 times 10,
20,
20 hundredths times 10 times 10, 200
20.
thousandths. Are they all equal?
Yes.
Yeah, because you did the same to the numerator and the denominator. So these are all equal. So zeros at the end of a decimal don't change the value. Zeros in front of a whole number don't change the value.
The way that the zeros only change it is if it's like 2, and then we add extra zeros back here.
Yeah.
Then point, because, okay, that's a whole lot different than just 200. There's a whole different place value. It looks like there's just an extra 0, but this is totally different. Okay? But like Mr. Adamson said, if you're adding them after the decimal, 2 over here, that doesn't change at all.
Doesn't change its value. It changes what it might look like,
Yes.
but it doesn't change how
I
much
think
it's
that's
worth.
an important thing to think about. It's going to change like your look at it. You're going to look at it and you're like, okay, something's not right. But ask yourself the question, does it change the value of it?
Yes.
No.
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 Do these look different?
Yeah.
Are they the same?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they're the same.
Because they're both 2s. No, they're both 4. They're both wholes.
They're both half.
Half. Well, half. Whatever.
So,
Oh.
if I bring in, for my birthday, by the way, it's next Monday, feel free to yeah, whatever you feel free.
Maybe some cookies, maybe.
Homemade cookies, brownies, whatever you bring in is great. No, I'm joking. So, no, but on a serious note, if for my birthday I get 3 candy bars,
Shh, guys, shh.
and I want to play a trick on Madeline, because I like tricking my daughter Madeline, and I say, all right, Madeline, you can either have half of the candy bar, 2/4 of the candy bar, or 3/6 of the candy bar. Guess which one she's going to want? 3/6. That's more, Daddy. I tricked her. Because they're all the exact same. Right?
Because they're all wholes, because 3 plus 3 is 6. No, they're both halves.
They're all halves. Yes, they're all halves. 1 is half of 2, 2 is half of 4, 3 is half of 6. And my all-time favorite, Madeline, I bet you want 50 hundredths of the candy bar.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
Sure it could be.
It could be possible.
Unless you cut it into very tiny pieces.
Unless you cut it into 100 pieces, yes.
Oh my.
But the point is this.
But it's a half.
It's exactly. 50 is half of 100. They look different, but they're the same value. This looks different, but it's the same value. Here I have 4 of 10 pieces. Here I have 40 of 100 pieces. Don't be a first grader and go, oh, I want the 40.
No, you want
Be the fifth grader that says, oh, Mr. Adamson, actually it doesn't matter because they're the same. Good job trying to trick me, right? So, here's kind of the moral of our lesson today. And I'm going to try, and I wish I would have started with this, but during every lesson we're going to have our learning goal. What are we going to try to learn during our time together every single day? So, today's lesson is I will
Next time you're sitting up here by yourself.
learn how to read and write decimals with tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. That's our learning goal for today.
And like Mr. Adamson always says, and Maya, you're new to this, we are only going to give one challenge a day. But we're always going to review and go back to what we learned the next day. So we're always just going to provide one challenge.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to even take a picture of that. And we're going to have a little, kind of like those people that read Peak with Me. Remember reading Peak with Me? They talked about the prayer flags up on Mount Everest.
Hey, no spoils.
We already read about it.
Oh, we did?
I
Never
didn't.
mind.
The prayer flags on Mount Everest. We're going to have our little banner of what
I like
we've
it.
learned
Each
in this
day.
unit. Absolutely. Now, let's read this together. Ready?
I will learn how to read and write decimals with tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So what he means by reading and writing, if I give Mr. Adamson, I say, Mr. Adamson, read this number to me.
0.0.
See?
Starting with the doozy, Mr. Light.
Yeah.
So I would read this 42 hundred or thousandths, excuse me. 42 thousandths. So we're going to talk about that in a second.
But do you understand what he did there? He always took the last one and that's in the thousandths. So that's what's my last word I'm going to say in my problem. You guys can read this problem all you want. Yeah, I did
42.
so.
42.
42.
42.
Two.
That's easy.
Then
That's
what's-
42. Ignore everything. So your first words, you ignore everything but the number, 42. Now to give it a label, you look at the smallest spot. And I know I'm weird, but here's the way I always remember that. I always think of the movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I love that movie.
And I always think of little Cindy Lou who was no more than 2. And I know her last name is Who. She's one of the Who children.
Is it spelled H?
It's WHO. Now, and my point for my reason for talking like this is it's kind of cool because normally we think bigger is better. But when we're talking about decimals, actually the one who gets to say its name, the one whose name we say is actually the smallest piece. Okay? So but let's start by ignoring this. I will learn how to read and write decimals with tenths. Let's start there right now. So,
the big one. And guys, what it's important for you to understand too is that, okay, thousandths, that seems like we're used to thousands on the left side. Huge. Like, hey, I want $1,000.
Oh my god.
Okay, like I'm rich. But okay, I get a thousandth of a dollar.
ready? Ready? Do you want to know how much Mr. Lencher gets if he wins $1,000th of a dollar?
A little bit.
1/10 of a penny.
Yeah. So, but if I win a tenth, like
Of a dollar?
of a dollar, that means I get 10 pennies.
A dime, 10 cents.
Yeah. So that's the difference, though. So you have to understand. Moving away, it may look like a bigger number because we're used to hundreds and thousands being bigger, but that's not the case here.
For my next trick, so let's just be magicians for a little bit. For my next trick, I will turn this pencil into hundredths. That means I'm going to take this one pencil, I'm going to break it up into 100 parts. Those parts are going to be pretty small. And then I go, ooh, for my next trick, I'm going to take this pencil and break it up into tenths. And now you're thinking, tenths, that's going to be smaller than hundredths. But no, because you're only going to break up this one whole pencil into 10 equal parts versus 100 equal parts. And then if I go for my next trick, I'm going to break this pencil into thousandths. I'm going to give you 1,000th of this pencil. You're going to go, oh, that's huge. But no, remember, because this one hole is going to be broken up into 1,000 pieces. Versus, for my next trick, I'm going to give you 1,000 pencils. You're going to be like, oh, Mr. Adams, I'm going to have pencils for the rest of my school experience.
No.
But let's get back to this. Let's practice by reading first. Sometimes you will see a 0 in front of the decimal.
Yeah.
Sometimes you won't. But let's just talk about that.
Does that change the value?
No.
It looks different,
Looks different.
but does it change the value?
No.
No. That is the exact same number right
Think of
there.
your little brother or sister. Hey, Susie, if you rake the leaves for me, I'm going to give you 0.2 candy bars. Or, if you rake the leaves, I'm going to give you 0.2 candy bars. You're giving them the same amount. You're not giving them any whole. They're not getting a whole candy bar and some more. They're getting no holes and 2/10. Oh, I spilled the beans.
Yeah, redo.
So,
Redo.
raise your hand if you think you can say this decimal. Look at the number, think of the label. Let's all say that just the number part together. 1, 2, 3.
7.
Now we have to go, all right, where is it located?
10.
So now we're going to put the first name and the last name together. 7/10. So here's my question. When we talked about fractions, there's like a boatload of fractions.
Yeah.
1/2, 2/3, 5/9, 6/8. In decimals, there's not as many names. There's just tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So, and obviously we can go higher, but we're not going there in 5th grade. So if you think about it, who wants to I'm going to challenge you. I bet we can come up with every 10th decimal in a minute and a half or less. I bet we can write every single 10th decimal on this board in a minute and a half or less. Who thinks we can do that? All right. Kieran, you're going to get started. We already have 7/10 up there. On your marks, get set. Once you get, Kieran, once you write yours down, I want you to pass the marker to somebody else. On your marks. Get set. Don't go yet. Go.
Go, pass it.
Oh, great.
Go. Oh, we already took
Already up
the
there.
sevenths. Already up there. Already up there.
Uh,
Go,
Yes.
go, 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 go.
By the way, it doesn't have to be in a neat row.
Good,
I
good,
like
good,
it.
good,
I like
go, 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 go,
organization.
go, go.
Oh, great.
There we go.
It's right now.
Wait, what did you say less than?
Good, good.
You're all like
Good, 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 good.
It's like three again. Go.
What would it be? What would it be? Point. What number are we missing? Decimal point.
There's still
Good,
multiple ones.
good, Khaleesi. Good. Keep going past it, Khaleesi.
What did she do?
Okay, go.
Did six.
Who? We're moving. We're moving. We're moving.
Run, Melody, run.
Yes, Melody. What one are we missing? Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, good.
20 seconds remaining.
Good.
Quickly pay.
Yes.
Freeze!
Woohoo!
1 minute, 16 seconds. We just wrote every single 10th decimal up there.
Can you try to do faster?
No, we're good.
And I know. And also, why wasn't this up here? Hey, why wasn't this number up there?
Because it's stupid.
That's a hundredth number.
Okay. Do you guys get that? So there were only of these. It only went up to point 0.9.
How come there's no 9 at home?
There is, right there.
Let's count them. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Let's read them now.
10.
7 tenths, 6 tenths, 1 tenth, 8 tenths, 2 tenths, 5 tenths, 7 tenths, 4 tenths, 9 tenths. Say the number, and if there's only one digit to the right of the decimal place, its last name is tenths. Tenths. You guys, if I would have given you this challenge to write down every fraction, you'd be like, Mr. Adamson, we're going to be here all day. And you'd be exactly right. I could start my watch, I could start my timer on my cell phone, and it would go on forever. Because when we're talking about fractions, really the sky's the limit. There's no real end to our fractions. But with decimals, here they are. Here are your choices for tenths. So if I were to say, write 3 tenths as a decimal, you're going to write one of these numbers. These are your choices. Fraction, it's like fill in the blank test. Decimals, it's like a multiple choice. Which one are you going to choose? So, we got a little bit small here. So I'm just going to rewrite them.
I kind of like this. So let's parlay this into our.
Okay, so here's my question. All of you have a board or scratch paper, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully. If you don't,
Ask and
boards
we
are
will
over
get-
there.
Scratch paper's right there.
Scratch paper's up here. If you borrow a marker, just return it. So, you're going to choose one of these to write down. Please write down 6 tenths.
Yes.
Not as a fraction, though.
Not as a fraction, Chase.
You're going to choose one of these.
6 tenths.
6 tenths.
Just put 6 and
Which one of these, if I was reading, which one of these would I go, oh, that's 6 tenths?
Yeah. If I'm looking up there, Melody, what am I going to say is 6 tenths?
Is this 6 tenths? If it is, then write that down. Is this 6 tenths?
no.
Then don't write that down.
Okay, so write it down.
One
as a
of these
fraction.
is going to be
Or
6
not
tenths.
as a fraction.
Yes, you got
Good.
it.
Nice. Bingo. What's 6 tenths up there?
Choose one. Go through the list. Is that 6 tenths? Is that 6 tenths? Is that 6 tenths? Is that 6 tenths?
Your choices are right
That's
up there,
6.
Mr. Dieter.
That's 6.
No, 6
I want 6 tenths. Yes, yes. Yes.
No, we want 6 tenths.
Yes.
We don't
Yes.
just want any regular tenths.
Yes.
Bingo. That's what we want.
That's 6 and 10 hundredths.
This would be
Is that one of your choices?
Yeah.
It is? I don't see 6.1 up there. No.
Bingo.
Choose one of
Bingo.
those.
Bingo. Bingo.
There is a
If you put a If you put a 0 in front of the decimal point, that's okay. It doesn't matter.
What?
So let's play the hot cold game. Ready, Mr. Ledger?
Yeah.
Remember, is he getting hotter or colder? So we want 6/10. So point to one. Cold, cold, ooh, warmer, warmer, warmer. Ooh, he's getting hot, folks. Oh, not quite. Yeah!
It's on fire! Africa!
Volcano. So,
Bingo.
6/10. So, 5th graders, if you're ever asked to write something tenths, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, and you write something that is not on this board right now, you're wrong.
And that's where you have to listen carefully, though, because if you're just not paying attention, oh, right, 10. Got it, Mr. Adamson. Do you understand? Like, and you're like, man, that was easy. No, you need to think and listen to this, okay? And you need to think carefully because it's easier than we think. But if we're not thinking and turning our brains on, it is going to be difficult.
Good. Let's try one more.
Yeah. Okay. 2/10. Write it on the board. Out of all the choices there, what is going to be 2/10? Good. Good. Bingo, Big A. Good. Good. Good.
I think I like
Good.
that.
Good. Good.
Did you get it already?
Good.
Maya, did you get it already?
Yeah, she got it.
Okay.
What?
Can we erase 7?
All right, who wants to come up and point out where 2/10 is on our board? On him, come on up.
Come on down.
2/10.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Nice, Anil.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now, so that's tenths. If we look at our learning goal for today, I will learn how to read and write decimals with tenths. Here it is. So, read. Remember, reading is first name is the number, James, 9. Last name is the label. Where is this? My last name is Adamson. This number's last name is tenths. First name 9, last name tenths. Hi, pleased to meet you. I'm 9/10.
Oh, nice to meet you, 9/10. I know how to rate you, by the way. That would be 0.9.
Yes. Okay? So you say the number that you see first, and then you give it a label. And you always go to the smallest place that's listed. Well, the only place I see is tenths.
My name is 7/10.
Hi, pleased to meet you. If I beat you up, we'd have 2/10 left over. All right, so anyway. Subtract it.
Yeah.
9/10. My 9/10. Subtracting his 7/10. 2/10. By the way, is there any, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but is there anything goofy about how we subtract decimals? No. You just bring the point down and you do regular subtraction. Guess what? If I needed to regroup, it's not crazy like fractions where you have to go blah 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 blah.
Fractions are honestly one of the more tougher things, I feel like.
When we regroup with decimals, if I take from over here, it's worth 10 over here. It's base 10. It's like what you've been doing all along. If you need more ones, you take a 10 away and you get 10 ones. Okay? All right, so if we look on our list,
We still have to do what yet?
so let's,
Copies?
you know what?
Winter said you make copies for me.
I said that?
This is Winter said.
Oh.
Okay, let's continue this. Okay, if we look at a number like we did the tenths, right? What is next on our list? No, what's next on our list here? Tenths? Hundredths.
All right, so let's read that goal together.
Yes.
And let's skip tenths and skip thousands. So,
I will learn how to read and write decimals with hundredths.
So how many digits are we going to have in our decimal if we're talking about hundredths?
Raise your hand.
2, yep. It's hard to correct you guys when you're that excited about math. So let's just remember, let's give everyone a chance to listen, or a chance to think. So we're going to give people think time.
So we need 2. Now, does that go after or before the decimal? After, right?
After.
Because if I had two decimals here, that's 23.
23. 23 holes.
So, let's look here. We have...
What's its first name? What number do you see?
Yeah, just look at the number.
23.
Now, what's the very last, the smallest little point?
No?
3.
Oh?
Three.
Oh, no, no, no.
What
Okay,
place
that's...
is it in?
It's 10.
What place value is that, guy?
10.
What'd you say, Riley?
Dang, I said
Hundredths.
Yes.
Bingo, Riley. Hey, did you guys all hear that?
Yeah, he said 100.
Okay, so we learned that this is the tenths right here. This is the hundredths. So that is the one that we see, or hear and see.
That's
Okay,
the label
one
we give it.
Yeah, that's the label. So, hey, Mr. Adamson, nice to meet you. I'm 23 hundredths.
Which means he is 0.23. Hi, pleased to meet you. I'm 14 hundredths, or 0.14. 0.14.
So you read the number like he said first. Read the number. That's the first thing. Now, what's the smallest number going to the right? And remember, as we go this way, that's getting smaller. It's not smaller this way.
So what's the smallest place in 0.23? The hundredths place. So 23 hundredths.
And keep putting through your mind, there's no ones.
Nope.
There's no ones. Okay? Alright, so if I wrote a number like this.
Okay. I want everyone to stand up.
Yeah.
Turn to an elbow buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We didn't tell you to do anything yet.
Sit back down.
And if you don't have an elbow buddy, go to someone who doesn't have an elbow buddy.
So, stand up. Go to an elbow buddy.
If you don't have one, go to one that does.
Look at the number that.
Paige, I'll be your elbow buddy.
Look at the number that.
This way.
Adonis. Look at the number that Mr. Letcher wrote on the board, and I only want you to introduce yourself as the first name. What number? 3.
What's the first name?
Oh, all right, 33, right? All right, so, Kieran, who did you meet today? What's his name? What number did he say?
you didn't say anything yet.
Okay, Chase, who did you meet today?
23.
Okay, or maybe 33.
That's what I said.
33.
I said 30.
Okay, so 33. Now, you've been hanging out with this buddy for a while. They're going to introduce themselves with their first and the last name. Will their first name change?
No.
Still 33. Their last name is going to be wherever that last decimal place that's used. Right.
So, hi, 33.
Good.
Your name?
Hundredths as well.
All right. How many people? Hokey pokey. How many? Raise your hand if you just met your name twin. You look different, but we had the same name.
Me and Paige, we certainly look different, don't we?
I think she might look pretty good with the beard.
I know. She doesn't have the beautiful beard like I do.
So, step 1, say the number.
30.
Step 2, say the place of the last digit. Here's my question. We are going to play another get out of your desk and write on the board game. Your job. And we're going to go, if they get it right, we're going to give them a
golfer's clap. Have you ever heard a golfer's clap?
I can't hear it.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't.
shh, quiet on the greens. Shh, quiet on the
So
fairway.
it means, because golf you have to be really quiet. Just a little clap like that. Yes, we're sophisticated.
Yes. Now, if they happen to make a mistake, we're going to politely say, please try again.
So, not please try again.
Or you're wrong. No.
Yeah, no. No.
Whoop.
Kendra, Chase, no.
All right. We're going to do this right.
I will split you guys up.
So here's your job. You're going to come up to this board one at a time until everyone's gotten a chance. And you're going to write down any decimal that's hundredths.
What? Okay.
Well, it can't be any of these because these aren't hundredths. These are tenths.
110?
Oh, Kendall.
So I will get us started. Oh, by the way, just to make it a little bit more fun, you can't copy anybody else's answer.
Ooh. Okay, so then I'll follow you.
I'll give you a hint. There's 99 choices, so you're good. And to make it even better, you get to say the number you wrote up here. So, 7 hundredths.
Okay. All right. 44 hundredths. All right. Here you go, Melody. You're up. Oh, wait, what are you missing there?
Please try again.
Please
Say
try
it again.
again. Yeah.
Say it again.
Say it again.
32.
Oh my god. I just forgot.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, say it out loud. I can't hear you.
600.
6 hundredths?
610.
Oh, hold on. Where's your decimal point?
Yeah.
Right here. Oh,
Oh, see, that's why we couldn't see it.
it was long.
So what'd you say?
6 tenths.
Please. Oh,
Say it again.
600.
I pass it along. Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't say anything yet.
34 hundredths.
By the way, we need to just make sure that we're putting that decimal point at the base. See how it's kind of sliding its way up? If you look on Mr. Lencher's and mine,
48 hundredths.
okay? Yes? So let's take a look at what Chase wrote. And let's compare it to others. We just need to be careful. Look at the size of the decimal point in my 7 hundredths. It's small, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because it's only 700.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the size of that dot. The size of the dot compared to the rest of my number, it's small, isn't it?
Yep.
Look above it. That little point in front of 44 hundredths for Mr. Lencher, it's small. Let's look at Chase's.
Big.
It's not showing enough difference. So Chase, I want you to rewrite it, and I want you to make that decimal point small.
How come it matters how big and small the decimals are?
It just needs to be
Okay.
proper.
Should it be up that high though?
No.
Oh, should it be in the middle? It should be at the bottom, like left corner of these numbers.
And I know it sounds like it's getting nitpicky, but I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody sees this in higher math, that means times 48.
Yeah, it does.
That dot is right there in the
Yeah.
middle is another sign for multiplication.
Because you could do 4.
That would be read 8 times 48.
Oh, yeah.
If you do it right, it's going to be 8 and 48 hundredths. There's a big difference between 8 and 48 hundredths and 8 times 48.
Yeah.
So I know it might seem like I'm being like picky, but we kind of have to be.
Because you're like, Mr. Adamson, lighten up, man.
I would love to. That's better, Chase, exactly.
That's good.
All right,
Pass it along. So remember, we have a decimal point, and how many digits? 2. So put your decimal point. Pick any number. Okay, and now do another number. Now what's that number? Read that number. What's that number? 67. What are we doing? We're not doing tenths, we're doing... What did we talk about by your paper? 67. Alright, pass it along.
so I like, really, and Mr. Lyncher hit the nail on the head. You put your decimal point down, you write down 2 digits. That's a hundredths decimal right there. You don't have to it kind of reminds me of the dice game when we were doing equivalent fractions. Sometimes we worry so much about writing the great number, when really, just pick 2 numbers. By the way, you don't have to stay in this neat row. I know normally I like organization, but
go all over that, Caitlin.
check your decimal point.
Yeah,
put it
check.
down.
Is that in the middle, or is that... Where's that decimal point according to our number?
Move it to the bottom.
It should be in the bottom left corner.
Because it looks like it's times it.
Yeah, because I could put a number right here, Caitlin. I could do, 3 times 45. No.
Is 100.
So where should that decimal point go? Yes, even a little bit lower. Okay, yeah, you can move it a little bit, like right over here.
Okay, I know why this is tricky. If we were working on lined paper, and I wanted to write a decimal, it's at the very base. It's at the base of the line.
And
okay?
almost think too, it doesn't need to be right on the number. It almost
No.
think of the decimal being its own number here.
Yep. It's its
Okay?
own place.
It's its own place. You can't take away that place. So then you do the decimal point, then 6, 7. Does that make sense? So read that for us.
67 hundredths.
Pick someone who hasn't gone before. All right, Miss Tyriana, come on down.
Come on down.
Awesome. Oh, I disobeyed our own rule. I was not sophisticated in our golf crowd. I just got pumped. Did the tiger roar.
It's just the golf.
99 hundredths.
Wow.
too, lecture. I was at a sorry to talk. I was at a rummage sale the other weekend, and they had smiles for sale.
Really?
I almost bought one for Brianna.
Where's that smile,
look at that. She
Brianna?
fixed
Brianna!
All right, what is it, young lady?
96 hundredths.
Brianna, you can't hand off that until I see a smile. Oh, what'd you say?
81 hundredths.
Hey, Kendall? No. What'd you say?
800.
Nice. Alright, Maya.
Three hundredths.
Oh, guys, she got that right. How come I didn't see it? Oh, me and Mr. Adamson were the only one clapping. I didn't see many people. You can do it nicely, Chase. We're gonna. I like us to have fun, but there's a point when we cross the line between having fun and just being goofy and trying to get attention. Okay.
109.
Wait, where did you write this? I can't. I didn't see. What'd you say? Oh no, you read the number first. What's the?
900.
Bingo. Nice, Avery. Ooh, we got Big A left. Who else is left? Anybody? Oh, raise your hand if you haven't gone yet. Yeah, we can't let little speedster over there get away. Jessica's trying to get away without doing it. Right, Jessica? All right, Big A.
$5,400.
Jessica, or Kieran. Either one.
Hey.
Or her. Yeah.
Or Adriana. Yeah, Adriana hasn't gone either.
Jessica, you have to see it.
2,400.
Is this our last one?
Oh, I don't know.
You might.
8 by 10 lecture, right up front.
We snapped a picture.
Yeah.
We snapped a picture. We
Brianna
got it.
smiling.
It's done. We got it.
By the way, the reason I was playing that song, Brianna, one of the lyrics is, "She'd be a whole lot prettier if she smiled once in a while." No, it's not. No.
That's it. No, guys.
No,
Guys, that's not.
It's what's saying. No, it's saying like people that smile, like they just bring joy to the world, right?
Because obviously,
That's all that
Brianna's
means.
beautiful, whether or not she's smiling, but she's just amazing when she smiles.
It made me think of that song. It's called "Rockabye" by Sean Mullins. It just talks about how like people that are sad, like don't be sad, be a happy person. Did you bring? Smiles are contagious. That's all I'm saying.
Who is yawning?
I saw Brianna smile, and I was like, that brought a smile to me.
Absolutely.
Hi,
Oh,
YouTube.
what was yours? What was yours?
91 hundredths.
Nice. All right, no. All right. Here we go.
Classic beater.
All right. So let's think about where we're at with our goal. I will learn how to read and write decimals with tenths. Yes or no?
Did we get that?
Check. Hundredths? Check. Now, so
We haven't done thousandths, have we?
oh, well, let's just back up the boat. Hey, shh. Give me a tenths or hundredths number,
Chase,
Avery.
how about you come up here?
Give me a tenth, say, blah, 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 tenths or hundredths. And listen to how I'm going to do this. So pick any number or two numbers. 24. So I'm going to write down 24. And I'm going to listen for what label she wants. What do you want it to be? Okay? So you write down your number and then you make it true. That's the way I think of it. Write down your number and then make it hundredths. 24 hundredths, 24 hundredths. Winner. Now guess what? How many digits are we going to have in a decimal that has thousandths? Three. So here's my question. Is that 3 digits?
Yeah.
So that, yeah. 1,
0
2,
counts
3.
as a digit.
It's a digit.
Just not after if we have. Or, wait, no, that's not true. The value doesn't change.
You could have this.
Yeah, that's what I.
You could have that. That's still thousands. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. How do you read this number? That one's kind of tricky.
30.
30. Good job. It's 30. 30 thousandths because there's tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay? So, I want you on your board to write 275 thousandths.
You write the thousands.
No.
I'll give you a hint. You should have a decimal point somewhere and a 2, 7, and a 5. Where's that decimal point going to go?
Wait, what was the number again?
275 thousandths.
75?
Think about that. Just like hundredths, we always had. Guys, with hundredths, we only had 2 numbers. With thousandths, we go to 3. Oh, hey, Adriana, think where we have the decimal point. Is there 3 digits behind the decimal? Good, Kayla.
That's
No,
2
you
and
have that.
75 hundredths.
Yeah, that would be 2
Yes,
75 hundredths. Just like what?
Where's your decimal point going on?
Yes, bingo. Yes. Yes.
Yes. 275 thousand.
No, that
Yes.
wouldn't be it. Because
Caitlin.
you have zeros there. Those zeros will
Yes.
you'll read it differently. The value may not change,
Yes. Oh my
but
goodness.
you will read it differently.
Change your 5 and your 7 around there, kiddo. Yes. Did you get it? Oh,
Good.
oh, good. Too good to show it to me. Yes, Chase. Mr. Lynch, I think we might separate those two back there, though. I think their brains are growing so much that
Really?
they're actually kind of starting to web together a little bit.
Morph into a super brain.
Yeah. That's what I'm beginning to think. Yeah. You guys, I'm so proud of you because you know what? I'll be honest. I knew we were done with Unit 1, and I knew, okay, here comes Unit 2, and I thought to myself, oh, I sure hope we don't have to have that growing pains of, I don't like math. I'm not good at math. And you guys have, I'm seriously almost in tears because I'm so proud of how hard you guys are working, and I'm so proud of how open you are to trying this, to working hard. So, everyone got it. I'm pretty sure everyone got it. 275 thousandths, excuse me. 275 thousandths, 0.275. Think of the number, and you should have 3 to the right of the decimal point. I think we reached all of our goals. So watch what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of we'll learn how to. and 2. Now let's read them.
I can read and write decimals with tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Maybe you should take a picture of that and we can put it right, side by side for each day. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. All right, so your homework is going to be coming out.